just bringing the attention to the body, taking a brief body scan from the top of the head down to the toes, noticing the body part by part, just becoming aware of how the body feels today. If there's any areas of tension, stiffness, just take a few nourishing breaths into those areas, and as you breathe out, imagine this tension dissipating like a cloud above you. And imagine as this tension dissipates, the energy is allowed to flow down to the next area of your body. So just like a wave of movement, like liquid moving down your body. And then we'll begin to notice the breath. So just notice the breath. There's no right or wrong. Notice where in the body you feel the breath. Notice the quality of the breath today. And if you wish to, placing right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. We're going to follow the journey of the breath now, imagining this ocean of air around you, breathing it in, down a waterfall in your throat, towards a lake in your belly, or the belly rising on the inhalation. And as you breathe out, notice this journey of breath from the belly, waterfall in your throat, back out to your ocean of air. Tilting the head ever so slightly to the left now, drawing our attention to thoughts in our mind. So just notice any thoughts, any concerns, any stories that are rattling around the brain today. Just become aware of them, welcome them, become aware of them, try not to push them away. See what's there. Observe the mind with compassionate awareness. And then we're going to send these thoughts down. We're going to let them go, dropping down into the heart space. Imagine with every breath, our heart is purifying these thoughts. And our heart now is leading our practice. So just maybe dropping an intention, positive thought or feeling of love, healing, happiness, whatever it may be. Drop it down into your heart space today. And then bring your head back to center. When you're ready, we're going to bring the palms of the hands together, rubbing them, make them nice and warm, and place them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Your eyes in darkness when you're ready. And just allow the hands to melt down away from the face, opening your eyes in your own time. Wonderful, guys. So we're going to interlock the fingers, turn the palms away, take the arms up, and then drop the shoulders, bending the elbows slightly if you need to. Draw the chin lightly in towards the chest. There's no stress in the neck. Close the eyes if you wish to, and just breathe. So we're going to release the hands, just like dancers, dancing the wrists out to the sides. And then we'll do that again. So interlock the fingers as you do naturally, then swap them over. Try not to think about it. Palms away, arms up, and then shoulders down. We're going to shake the hands out, smiling to yourself as you do, shake them out to the side, get the prana moving up and down. Then we're going to take a twist from here, so raise the arms up, and if you wish you can change the cross of the legs. Arms float up, twist over to one side, opposite hand to knee, back hand, maybe resting just on the fingertips. right in towards the back, so that you're not drawing the weight into that backhand, it's just used as a bit of a prop. Keeping the hand to the knee, we're going to take the backhand up and over in line with your ear into a side stretch. Tuck the chin in towards the chest and breathe. Wonderful, guys. Floating the arms back up and doing the same over to the other side. Opposite hand to knee. Breathing into your twist. Keeping the hand to the knee, take the top arm up and over the ear. Lovely, rotate the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to move into our pranayama now, alternate nostril breathing. So bring the right hand, maybe the middle finger, first finger, place them between the eyebrows, the third eye chakra. We're going to use the thumb and the ring finger to alternate blocking the nostrils. So when you're ready, placing the right thumb over nostril, we're just going to take a few breaths through the left. We're going to take a comfortable breath through the left and hold the breath. Release the thumb, breathing out through the right nostril completely. Short, comfortable breath through the right and hold the breath. Release the left finger, breathe out through the left nostril completely. And introduce the counting now. In through the left for 4 and hold for 8. Release through the right for 8. In through the right for 4 and hold for 8. Out through the left for 8. In through the left for 4 and hold for 8. Out through the right for 8. In through the right for 4 and hold for 8. Out through the left for 8. In through the left for 4 and hold. Out through the right completely now. In through the right for 4 and hold the breath, final retention. And bring the right hand back down, release completely, and just breathe. When you're ready, we're going to come onto our backs. So moving any supports that you may have to the side. Keeping a block or firm cushion nearby if you wish to use them as a support. And lengthen out through the spine. Taking the arms, floating them overhead, lengthening and stretching through the fingers, through the toes. Take a big yawn if you wish to. Lengthen and stretch as you breathe in. As you breathe out, just relax and release. In through the nose, point the toes. Deep breath in and breathe out through the mouth. One more time, lengthen and stretch. Breathing in as far as you can, stretch and breathe out, let go. Wonderful, guys. Rotating wrists and ankles, waking up the joints. Wonderful. direction then the other. Bananaing the body over to one side, so shuffling the feet over to the left and the upper body over to the left as well. If you want to increase the stretch, you can take the right ankle over left. Just be mindful to keep that right hip down. Don't allow that to be compromised. If there's any tension in the shoulders, just drape the arms overhead, or you can take hold of opposite elbows or wrists. We'll do the same over to the other side when you're ready, shuffling the feet over to the right corner, arms over to the right as well, draping the arms, relaxing the shoulders and elbows, and just breathe. Deep, smooth inhalation, deep, smooth exhalation. Through the nose or mouth is fine, just let it go. Allow that out breath to help you to de-stress and relax a little bit more. When you're ready, coming back to center, lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out, now draw the arms down beside you, flexing the feet, flowing with the breath. Breathing in, drape the arms overhead, point the toes. Breathing out, flex the feet, draw the arms back down towards your side. So moving your own time with your own breath. There's no rush, nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do, except for becoming aware of the breath and the body. Be fully present in this moment, enjoying and indulging in awareness in every breath. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready now, bending the knees, drawing the feet towards the ground. We're going to place the arms down beside you. Imagining that warm bowl of water, we're going to swish the hips forwards and backwards, building up momentum each time. You can place a block between the knees if you wish to. So just moving those hips forwards and backwards. Keep everything else, the feet, the hands down exactly where they are. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then with each breath, we're going to raise the hips up and away from the ground just a little bit. And then as you breathe out, lower them back down. And we can build this momentum, this movement up to eventually come into a bridge, but don't rush. Try not to move the head or neck here either. Just keep everything steady and fluid. Moving in your own time with your own breath. Imagine your hips to be like a wave of movement. These waves getting a little bigger with every breath. Each time peeling the vertebra a little bit further away. A couple more vertebrae coming up and away from the ground, and then coming back down. So I'm going to get the arms involved. So this time, as you breathe in, floating the arms up and over the head like a puppeteer. It's as though you're lifting the hips up with the hands, breathing in. As you breathe out, lowering the arms and lowering the hips at the same time. Deep breath in to prepare. Breathing out, lifting. And lowering. Maybe on the inhalation, this time breathing in, lifting the hips. Arms come overhead as though you're filling up a vessel of new energy. As you breathe out, drawing the hips down, drawing out the old energy with the exhalation. We're going to hug the knees in towards the chest now. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, just holding this posture. Breathing, releasing and relaxing. Make a bit of movement here if you wish to, rocking the hips, the knees from side to side. And then placing the hands on the knees, drawing circles with the knees. Keep the knees together, just draw circles one direction, then the other. And then we're going to place the feet down, moving into our core area now. Palms resting beside you. We're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to engage the lower pelvic floor muscles and the lower tummy muscles, keeping the shoulders and head and neck relaxed. Breathing in to prepare, nice and relaxed. As you breathe out, engaging pelvic floor, lower tummy muscles. Bringing the hands behind the head when you're ready, elbows wide. Breathing in, relax spine. As you breathe out, beginning to draw the chin in towards the chest. Keep the elbows soft. Keep this area of the abdomen engaged. And then release. Moving in your own time with your own breath. Lifting, engaging. Keep breathing. And lower when you're ready. This time we're going to draw the feet away from the ground. We're going to come into our toe taps. So knees at a 90-degree angle to the hips. We're just tapping right toes down back to center and left toes down back to center. Keeping this area of the core engaged to support the spine. Tucking the chin lightly in towards the chest. If it doesn't feel enough for you, you can toe tap a little further away from the body. Breathing. If you want to take it a stage further, moving into the obliques. As the knee comes back to center, you can draw your opposite elbow to knee. Moving in a diagonal position, moving across the body. Activating all the tummy muscles. And when you're ready, hug the knees in towards the chest, crossing the ankles over maybe. If that feels good for you, just release the lactic acid from the belly and just breathe. Wonderful, guys. We've come onto our sides now, into a few side stretches. Lengthening out the lower arm, flexing the feet, placing the hand in front of you. We're just going to raise and lift, keeping both feet flexed, just the top foot. Moving in your own time with your own breath, making circles with that top foot, little circles. You can bend the lower knee if that feels better for you. Rest that lower foot down. Or keep it hovering away. Changing the circles when you're ready. And then just kicking up and back with that heel as though you're turning on positive light switch for the day ahead. Lovely. Bending at the knees. Just giving that top hip a rub and a tap. Keeping the heels together, we're going to draw the knee up and back down in time with the breath. Lowering the knees together, rub and a tap once again. Shuffling the knees back behind you. We're going to then take that top leg up. Now you might just grab hold of the leg, you might be able to reach the toe or the foot. This is optional here. If it's too much, just come back down. Breathing into a side stretch. Nice deep breaths here. When you're ready, bend that knee, sweeping the foot back. Draw the knees together and just shuffle the feet back as far as you can. You can reach back towards the feet or the toes if that's available to you. Don't worry if it's not. Just breathe, nice and relaxed. And when you're ready, we're going to turn over to do the same on the other side. Flexing the feet once again, step one on top of the other. Do whatever you did on the other side. We're just going to pulse that foot up and back down in time with the breath. Drawing circles with that foot. Changing the direction of the circles. And then kicking up and back behind you with the heel. Turning on a positive light switch to the day or week ahead. And then bending at the knees, rub and tap the top hip. The area surrounding the glute, the IT band. It's a wonderful series of postures for this area, so just breathing into this area now. Keeping the heels together, we're going to draw that top knee up and back down. Lovely, then jutting the knees back. Doing the same as what you did on the other side, taking hold of the opposite leg, big toe, foot, and drawing the leg up towards the ceiling or sky as you breathe. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, bending that knee, drawing the knees together, shuffle the feet and the knees back. Just get a nice open heart stretch, opening through the spine, mini back bend. And when you're ready, rolling onto your tummies, we'll come into Sphinx posture. So if there's any pinching, real discomfort in the lower back today, you can take the elbows wide and make a triangle with the hands a little further away from the body. If it's that normal dull aching sensation in the lower back, it's a good ache, so you can just breathe into that space, but just making sure your elbows are roughly in line with your shoulders or a little bit further forward, that the feet are wide, hip distance apart roughly. Spread the palms and just breathe. Roll the shoulders back down away from the ears. Wonderful, guys. We're going to make a triangle with the hands now, and we're going to drop the chin towards the hands, so just resting there. When you're ready, we're going to come into alternate leg and arm raises, so moving into the spine now. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, right hand and left leg raising up, breathing out and release the chin back down. Deep breath in, breathing out, opposite arm, opposite leg, and come back down. So moving in your own time with your own breath. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out to lift and engage. Coming onto our imaginary surfboard or paddleboard, we're going to come into our cobra waves. So take the hands out in front of you, pads of the fingers down, elbows down, chin down. Imagine these baby waves as you come up and over, drawing the chin down. So cobra waving through the spine with the arms out long, elbows soft, head and neck soft. Allow that rippling effect to move through the spine. You might even find your feet come up as you do this, pushing through the pads of the fingers. And imagine that you're on this board, this surfboard or whatever you want to imagine. Imagine the waves are getting a little bigger, so you can take the hands a little wider, a little closer in towards you, and come up and over. So lifting the spine, cobra waving a bit further through the spine into your mid-back now, raising and lifting, lowering all the way down before you come up, like your spine is like a wave of motion. Wonderful, guys. Now imagining a nice big waves coming. We're going to bring our feet in towards one another. We're going to bring the hands in line with the breastbone, tuck the elbows in. Use your core strength that you've been working into now to push through the hands and to lift up and over. So you're lifting the hips away from the ground if that feels good. Elbows slightly bent, and breathe. Wonderful, guys. Lower the knees down. We're going to draw the weight into a child's pose. Weight comes back in towards the hips to push through the hands. You can keep the arms out in front of you or bring the hands back towards the feet. The knees can stay together or can come wide. Do whatever feels good for you today. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, coming onto all fours. So just checking, making yourself comfortable here. If there's any issues with your knees, placing a blanket or cushion under the knees. With the wrists as well. If you don't want to feel restricted in these postures, if there's any issues with your wrists, you can make fists with the wrists or come down onto your forearms. So adjust yourself as you need to. When you're ready, rotate the shoulders away from you, spread the palms. Open the heart space as though the heart space is smiling in front of you. And breathing out, drawing the chin towards the chest, tucking the hips under. Moving slowly and mindfully. Imagine your spine being like very calm, rippling waves on a calm ocean, rolling in and out to shore. Imagine your breath, ocean breath, moving in and out. Wonderful, guys. So from here, I'd like you just to shuffle the hands a little bit further over to the right. We're going to step the left foot forward into a bit of a lunge, okay? So make yourself stable. Take a blanket under that right knee if you need to. And then we're going to just lift the weight up. So your left elbow comes towards the left knee. And we're going to come up from here. And you can watch me to begin with. We're staying stable through our base. And we're going to take our right hand. We're going to imagine that we're dipping it into a pot of positive paint. So imagine a golden paint. As you dip the hand in, we're going to draw a circle of positive energy coming up. And you can shake out any unwanted energy behind you. Breathing in, coming up. Look towards the fingertips if that feels good. Now the front knee, make sure it doesn't collapse in. You can use the back of that left hand just to push into the left knee and come up. So your knees, your legs are staying stable. It's just the body that's moving and the arms. Lovely. Well done, guys. One more time. Lovely. We're just going to change the legs here so the right foot comes forward this time. Again, elbow to knee. Take that hand into that positive hot golden paint, protective light, protecting you from any negative energies, protecting you as you breathe, drawing that positive circle of light surrounding you. Just shaking out that back hand of any negative energies, any worries, any stresses, let it go. Couple more times. And come back to center. Wonderful. Bringing both knees down. We're going to come into a mini back bend here. So hands resting on the lower back, opening your heart space. And lovely. Coming back to center when you're ready. Back onto all fours. And come into a downward dog. So tuck the toes under and draw the weight up and back into your downward dog. So again, if you're uncomfortable in the wrists, you can come down onto the forearms. Finding that sweet spot, finding that edge of your posture, and just breathe. Deep inhalations and exhalations. When you're ready, bending one knee then the other, walking the dog here. And we're just going to walk the feet now towards the hands. Feet hip distance apart, bend at the knees so that your body's resting over your thighs. Grab hold of opposite elbows. And when you're ready, release the hands. We're going to bring the feet in towards one another now. Bring the hands into prayer position, bend at your knees. Draw your left elbow towards the outer edge of your right knee into a twist. Breathing there. Releasing down, and we'll do the same on the other side. Opposite elbow to knee, push through the top hand into a twist, and then sweep back down. Bring the feet together, bring the hands towards the back of the legs, draw the nose towards the knees, forward fold, and then bring the feet a little wider, bend your knees, and slowly come up vertebra by vertebra. Raising through the spine, rotate the shoulders away from the ears, come to standing, grab a glass of water, whatever you need to. Lovely, guys. So come into Tadasana now, bring the feet hip distance apart, give the shoulders a little shimmer and a shake. Bring the shoulders towards the ears as you breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the shoulders, drop the jaw. Breathing in, shoulders come up. Breathing out, drop. This time we're going to bring the arms out in front of us, rotating the wrists in time with the breath. Smiling to yourself as you breathe in. Dropping the jaw as you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Changing the direction of the circles when you're ready, breathing in and breathing out. This time, hands come to shoulders, take the feet a little wider, heels in slightly. We're going to draw the elbows up as you breathe in. And breathe out, elbows back behind you. Breathing in, elbows come up. Up and away. Shoulders and elbows back. Moving in your own time with your own breath. And I'm going to change the direction. So this time the elbows come back behind us. Breathing in, elbows come up. And forward. Smiling to yourself as you come up. Release as you come forward. And one more time. Lovely. Take the arms up now. We're just going to shimmer and shake the arms. Out to the side. Bring the hands into a triangular position over your hips and just bring the hips into a circular movement now. It's Yoni Mudra, placing the hands right on your hips. Moving the hips one direction and the other. And then come back to center. Lovely. Grabbing hold of a belt, strap, whatever you have nearby. Cat. Just grab hold of whatever you can, and then bring the heels in slightly. We're going to take the arms up and overhead. Nice deep breath in and breathing out, lowering down. Lovely, nice deep breath in, looking over towards the Chianti Hills behind me, And breathing out. Wonderful, guys. One more time. Nice deep breath in. Drop the elbows, drop the shoulders. This time we're just going to draw the arms over to one side and then the other. Bending the knees as you do so. Breathing in, breathing out. Don't take it too far. Just move slowly and mindfully. Then we're going to draw a circle with the arms. Bending the knees, arms come up. Back behind you. Lovely. A windmill, generating new energy, moving in the opposite direction. Wonderful, guys. Drawing the arms down, shimmer and shake. We're going to fold the belt once, then twice. Take the belt into the right hand, take the arm up, bend at the elbow, sweep that left arm back and see if you can grab hold of the belts. So making sure that you're not rounding through the spine, making sure you're not collapsing in the back. Keep this area of the core engaged. You might want to come into an imaginary horse here, sitting down. Draw the top elbow away from you. If you wish, you can come into an imaginary bar stool. So you might want to cross one leg over the other. Keep that area of the core engaged. Top elbow up. Find a spot to look at in front of you. You feel a bit wobbly. And just breathe. Lovely. Take the arms wide. Swap the belt over. Do the same on the other side. Take the left arm up. Bend at the elbow. Opposite elbow reaches. There's always one side that's a bit trickier than the other. Definitely this side for me. And then in your imaginary bar stool, crossing one leg over the other. Breathing there. When you're ready, release the belt away. Take the arms wide. Give yourselves a hug. Breathing in, arms wide, looking up, and again give yourselves a hug the opposite direction. Wonderful, guys. We're coming into a forward fold now. So take the feet a little wider, your heels wide, hands towards the hips, open through the heart space. We're going to forward fold. So keep this area of the core lightly engaged as you come forward, dropping down from your heart center. And you can just sweep the hands down. You can keep a block nearby if it feels better to rest the hands on the block. Drop the forehead. Couple of yeses or no's with the head if that feels good. And just breathe. We're going to keep the left hand down and we're going to take the right arm up into a twist. If it's not available to you, you can keep a block under that lower hand. Breathing there. And we'll do the same on the other side. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up into a twist. And then lower. Lovely. Walk the feet in towards one another. Bring the hands to the thighs and come up slowly and mindfully rolling the shoulders away. Lovely, guys. So we'll come into a few sun salutations when you're ready. Moving mindfully, moving slowly. Grab hold of any water if you need a glass of water. When you're ready, bringing the hands to the lower back, engaging that core as you lift and open the heart space, jutting the hips slightly forward. Keep the spine, keep the lower back supported. Come back to center. We'll do the same again. Bring the hands together, Charlie's Angel style. And interlock the fingers with the first finger pointing up. Arms come up in line with the ears. Hips come forward. And then forward fold down from the hips. Hands to shins, nice flat back. Stepping your right foot back, followed by your left into plank. Elbows soft. Towards the space between the hands, and then lower the knees down, tuck the elbows in, chin coming up into your up dog, low cobra, or sphinx if you're tight in the lower back. Coming back onto all fours, tuck the toes under, back into your downward dog. Just moving the weight from side to side. Going to bend one knee then the other. Walk, step or jump the feet towards the hands. And slowly come up vertebra by vertebra. We'll come into our warrior sequence now when you're ready. So keeping the feet hip distance apart. Just drawing the right foot back in line with the hip. Bending that back knee, front knee. Keep this area of the core lightly engaged to support the spine, sweeping the arms up. Elbows soft. Look towards the space in front of you and just breathe. Think to yourself, I am steady. I am stable. I am strong. I am steady, stable and strong. Draw the back heel in slightly, take the arms wide into your warrior two, looking over the front hand. Look at how far you've come, people, in your practice, in your life. You're healthy and well. We're going to raise that positive energy up as we bring the back hand to the back leg. Draw the energy up and over the ear into reverse warrior. Wonderful, guys. Elbow to knee, sweep the top arm up over the ear. Lengthen and stretch. Turn the back heel in. We're going to step the feet back in towards one another. And we'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. So in fact, before we do, we'll come into our warrior three. So feet hip distance apart. You can watch me to begin with if you want to. We're going to step that right foot back, bend that back knee, and we're going to breathe in, opening the heart space, lengthening the front leg. As you breathe out, bending and coming forward. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. This time as you breathe out, draw the weight into the front foot, lift the back leg, flex that back foot, slight bend in the front knee if you need to. It's your Superman or Superwoman, warrior three, and then lower down. Give the arms a little shimmer and a shake. If you want to, from here, you can come into dancer posture. So if you have a wall in front of you, you want to help with your balance, then feel free to grab a wall. And I'll just demonstrate this posture if you haven't done this in a while. Bit more dynamic, so just be very mindful and take it slowly. Keep a wall in front of you if you need to, and only come as far as is comfortable. So I'll just demonstrate to begin with. Bending the right knee, I'm going to grab hold of the right foot behind me. I'm going to have a slight bend in both knees. Well, the right knee is very bent. Slight bend in the left, looking up in front of me. Now, I'm going to lift my left arm up, bringing my first finger and thumb together. And I'm going to imagine this hinge joint from my hips is going to begin to tilt. So it's just my hips that are tilting. Everything stays the same. And that hinge joint, as it tilts, I'm going to come forward, reaching forward. I can look up or just keep the head steady. Push the back foot into the back hand, into dancer posture. Breathing there. When you're ready to come up, imagine that hinge joint coming back to center, and then lower back down. So do that whenever you're ready. Don't know if you've already done that already, but we'll do that together. Top hand comes up, reach towards the back foot. Knees in line with each other, hips in line with each other. Imagine that hinge joint just coming forward and reaching, lengthening. You can look wherever's comfortable, just breathe there. And when you're ready to come back up, lower down, shimmer and shake. Well done, guys. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So when you're ready, bringing your feet hip distance apart, we'll come into our warrior one. So sweep that left foot back behind you, bend that right knee, top arm comes up, keep everything slightly bent, shoulders away from the ears, breathing there. I am stable, I am steady, I am strong. Stable, steady and strong. Warrior two. So back heel comes down, arms come out in front of you, looking over the front hand. Appreciating how far you've come, what progress you've made in your practice, in your life. Feeling a wonderful sense of positive energy as we bring the back hand to the back leg. Turn that upper wrist up and over in line with the ear. Elbow comes to knee, top arm comes up and over. Wonderful, guys. Coming back up, stepping the feet towards one another. So this time coming in to our posture, so bringing that left foot back into our warrior three, our Superman, Superwoman. So make sure that your feet are hip distance apart before you step that foot back, so we're not on a tightrope. Take the arms wide, lengthen the front leg, breathing out, take the weight forward onto the back toes, breathing in. Lengthen that leg, the front leg, breathing out, come forward, breathing in. This time we're going to take the weight into that front foot, raise and lengthen the back leg. And coming back to center, lovely shimmer and shake. Come into our dancer posture now. So bring the feet in towards one another, bending that left knee. Take the right arm up, and again we're going to forward fold from that hip joint, coming forward into your dancer posture. Breathing there, coming back up, release the arms, release the legs. Well done, guys, you've done so well. Just rotating those hips. Grab hold of a glass of water, whatever you need to. We're going to make our way down now. So coming on to the pads of the toes, bend at the knees, make your way down to sitting. Bring the feet as wide as your mat. Sweep the knees from one side to the other. You can bring the knees over to one side, sweep the back hand up and over the ear and back down. Knees come over to the right, left arm comes up and over. Keep moving, keep flowing in this way. And one more time, lovely. We're going to take this down now, so keep the feet as they are, just take the arms into a cactus position. Sweep the knees from one side to the other, as you did as we were sitting. This time draw the knees over to the right and just look over to the left into a supine twist. Breathing there. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Saying to yourselves now, I let go completely. I let go completely. Moving the knees carefully back to center. Doing the same on this other side, breathing in. As you breathe out, knees drop over to the left as you look over to the right. I let go completely. Lovely, guys, come back to center. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana now. So soles of the feet in towards one another, knees wide, If you wish to here, if you feel tight in the hips or the knees, take a rolled up blanket and tuck them right in towards the hips. If this feels too much, if it's accentuating the lower back or any issues there, you can take your feet wide as I'm doing now and draw the knees in towards one another, resting the hands in that triangle, yoni mudra, resting on the hips. So just do what feels good for you, knees wide or knees together, resting the hands maybe in that yoni mudra between the hips, back of the neck nice and long, and just breathe. Take a few golden thread breaths here, breathing in through the nose, soft, comfortable breath. Breathing out through the lips, tiny parting of the lips. Allow the breath to pour from the lips like a golden thread of breath. Really becoming aware of the 4 parts of the breath. Breathing in, noticing the area, the space at the end of the inhalation. Maybe holding the breath a little, and as you breathe out, releasing effortlessly, completely, until you find that space at the end of the exhalation. You may find you can hold that space for a little bit, so don't force it, just stay nice and relaxed. Effortless 4-part breath. When you're ready to, you can bring the hands either side of the thighs and just bring the legs out long for Shavasana. Arms resting beside you. Just breathing here for a few minutes in silence. Allow the whole body to completely surrender and relax now. When you're ready, guys, begin to wriggle fingers and toes. Maybe resting right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Noticing the gentle coming and going of the flowing breath. Feel the belly rising and falling. imagining, visualizing that positive affirmation you made at the start of the practice, imagining it blossoming like a beautiful lotus flower in your heart space now. When you're ready, take the arms overhead, lengthen through the legs and through the arms. Wriggle the fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles. Breathing in to lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out now, begin to bend the knees, bring the feet down, maybe raising the hips up in a mini bridge. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Holding the posture here if you wish to, or making a bit of a movement, do whatever feels good for you. When you're ready to, rocking the weight over to one side, resting here for a few moments, maybe resting the hands, head on the hands. Turning the palms down when you're ready, pushing yourself slowly up to a comfortable seated posture, keeping your eyes closed, keep that deep relaxed state. Maybe first finger and thumb together, backs of the hands tucked in towards the hips or thighs, shoulders back and down. Breathing there. When you're ready, bring the palms of the hands to the heart space. We'll make the chant of Om just once to end the practice. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Palms, placing them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready, and just allow the hands to melt down away from the face. Opening your eyes, bringing the hands to the head for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right intentions. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day and week ahead.